Peace. This is a meat and potato sorcery production starring myself, the Water Alchemist, and today is a message for the sociopathic Skinwalker. In Native American lore, a Skinwalker is a practitioner of predatory magic that can assume the guise of another human being or animal. So, sociopathic Skinwalker. You have created emotional revenants, the undead. And why does an empath shut down? Well, let me introduce you to some facts and some esoteric data. As you know, an empath thrives off emotion, and a lot of them have a calling and a need to heal. But I'm not telling you nothing you don't already know. And let me give you this insight that you may not have been aware of. You want to know one of the greatest expressions of an empath and how to know if they truly are one? The majority of empaths, come closer, Skinwalker. The majority of empaths are good cooks. Did you know that? Because food is a source of communication. It's an exchange of not only energy, but also you are asking the empathic cook, they are willing to make sure that you have spiritual and divine protection. So it's an energy exchange. And one thing about a lot of empaths, by them being these wonderful cooks, they will use secret spices, but in particularly, they will use certain spices that are good for the body, such as sea salt, or a favorite that helps food, lemon pepper. And one thing about the empath Skinwalker, when he or she shuts down, it's never immediate. No, because one thing about the empath, we will always experience so much pain. So when the empath shuts down, there are things known as spiritual cuts. You know, a cut here, cut there, a cut here, and then they don't even stop the bleeding. And the thing is that the greatest act of mercy would be if the demise is swift. Then all of a sudden, with the empath, before you know it, we die. But not quite. We aren't dead, nor are we alive. And the thing is, one thing about the empath, we deal with so much. The whole thing is irrespective of your social standards, your status, your education, all that's inconsequential because the empath will look at themselves and like, for myself to be beautiful or handsome or to be economically secure, why do I continue to make poor choices? Yes, Skinwalker, I know who you are. And you may say, well, if I did do something to wound or hurt the empath, all they had to do was come to me. We tried that already. Remember? Doesn't work. It's merely an exercise in futility. And you create this entity in the empath that's neither dead but neither alive. So, you may say, sociopathic Skinwalker, okay, what evidence do you have of this? I'm so glad you asked. Let me edify you. and this is me speaking through the channel energy of empaths. I accepted your family members and your friends, even though I knew they had the ethics of a vulture. I stayed with you, even though I knew that you had sex with somebody less than 72 hours ago. Skinwalker, don't you know by now? Sex is an exchange of energy. And that energy that you took from that other individual, you gave it to me. Don't think I don't know that the kisses taste different, because I do. And also, there was many times that I was in a situation where I came back home to help my mother and father and regroup, and I was repaid with ingratitude, with disrespect. Or when I was a child and I didn't understand this marvelous gift that if I tapped into it, I could do so much, I viewed it as a source of burden, of insecurity. And what did you do? You invited this family member or domestic mercenary who became my stepfather or my stepmother. You invited them in. So, sociopathic skinwalker, I want to say this to you, and I want this to be very clear. Anyone that becomes my student or my apprentice, they are also under my protection. And one of the things that I specialize in, besides astral projection, is mind probing. So I tapped into the repressed energies of my students. So if I could do that and help protect them on the other side, now imagine what I could do to somebody that would hurt those who are under my tutelage and my charge. I could find out a whole lot of unpleasant things about you because you want to dabble in the occult, or you want to pay somebody for a ritual, or you want to do everything to undermine them. And then the empath, what did they do? Once again, they always saved you. They helped take care of family members or even children you didn't even want to be bothered with. So, this is your warning. Leave the people who want to really practice magic and shadow work, and particularly my students and my apprentice. That's it. You get one warning only. When you kill the spirit of an empath, they become an emotional revenant. And the whole thing is hurt people hurt people. That will never change. So, that is your meat and potato sorcery for the day. I'm the Water Alchemist. Be water, my friend. Peace.